Hello everyone who just wants to hang out in deep space and shoot things. I am Border, also known as BorderRRR, and welcome to a commentary on Everspace 2017 Space Combat Simulator Roguelike game. I was looking for roguelikes in my Steam library and was thinking to myself, what have I not covered on the channel before? What stands out? And I looked at this and thought, I never finished this, did I? Because, well, I'm not a big fan of vehicle simulator games, weirdly enough. If you know my main channel, BorderRRR, yeah, like, that's all about a vehicle building thing, that's for sure. But driving has never been my forte, so I had another go at this thinking, like, alright, how bad could this be? And I enjoyed it. Like, it helps if you don't worry about doing well, and then you can just, you know, have a good time, I guess. So yeah, Everspace. I'm just looking at this and thinking, damn, even back in this game's beautiful. It's like you look at games, like, released more recently, and you look at this and you just think to yourself, like, how does this look so much better than stuff that was made just the other year? I can't think of specific examples, like, off the top of my head, but this is bloody gorgeous. Unreal Engine, man. It's like, you know, they've always been ridiculously good at the whole graphics thing. And as for, like, you know, as for the combat and stuff, like, I was getting the hang of it this time. Like, before I was, like, when I tried this back in 2017, I was a much younger, less confident person in, like, so many ways. Like, yeah, it was, like, almost a decade ago, just 2 years shy. I guess that's 9 years. So anyway, like, it was just, like, interesting that, like, you come back to something that you tried at, gave up on, and then it's like, this is a lot easier, and also a lot more enjoyable. Also, the fact that you can shoot down missiles with your main armament is fantastic. I love it. I'm not going to say that I'm the best at this game, because I really, really am not. But I got pretty far on my first run here. It's very simple. Just avoid trouble as much as you can. And do well, and upgrade your fuel with successive runs. So I'm definitely going to play this again. Possibly in my own time, possibly on a stream at some point. I do live stream. And yeah, just look at this. Like, space, it bears keeping in mind that outer space I don't think is this pretty. Or is it? I don't know. I think it can be. Mostly it's just dark. Mostly it's just, like, vast swathes of nothingness, I guess. And it's very scary. Space is scary. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that space is kind of scary, and I would not like to live in it, except technically we all do. We are on a big spaceship, which in the grand scheme of things is very, very small. It's called Planet Earth. Also, I completely forgot about the story of this game. I have cut out the cutscenes of this particular footage recording, just in case anyone watching has never heard of this and wants to play it for themselves. Play it for themselves, I know how to talk. So yeah, but it's interesting. It's like, it's also fun to look at this game and be like, yeah, nah, this is not how space combat would work, and in real life, hypothetically, because, like, the distances would just be so immense. Like, even in, like, real-life combat here on Earth, like, when it comes to, like, air-to-air combat or naval combat, the combatants don't see each other. It's all done with, like, long-range missiles. And it's like, in space, the distances would be astronomical. And weirdly enough, it's like, simultaneously, it's fun talking about theoretical future space combat, because, well, it wouldn't look nothing like this. Nothing like Star Wars or Star Trek or anything like that, of course. And, like, generally, I think people know that. People who are fans of that. Oops! The cops are coming! I like to think of the aliens as the cops, and that, like, yeah. They're not. They're freaky aliens. But we are trespassing in their space, so there you go. But yeah, it's like comparing, just thinking about real-life theoretical space combat is interesting, because on the one hand, you can't really hide in space very well, because anything that's out in the void of space just reflects light and reflects basically any kind of electromagnetic thing, like just basically anything, like radar signals bounce off it, and because space is so empty, even very small objects can be detected if you have the right kit for it. Oh boy, there goes my shield. Anyway, so it's like, yeah, it's like, on the one hand, hard to hide, but at the same time, space is so damn big, like, you have to be looking in the right direction. Like, preemptively. And yeah, so like, in case you're wondering what my idea is here, I've learned, like, generally speaking in video games, the AI is not very good at predicting things moving in curving motions, and that cheeky bugger rammed into me. And that one also rammed into me. How rude. How rude, rude, rude. But anyway, so it's like, you'll notice that they're missing a lot so long as I'm moving in a kind of circular motion. That's something I learned from the Depths. Oh boy. And there's a missile. Man, I love missiles. And just in time, we have shield breaking missiles. Oh boy. So this is me trying to think. It's interesting that, like, you can't just manufacture light missiles. It's a bummer. Do we have enough nanobots? Yes, we do. Hooray! Nanobots. Please remember to get the stuff border. Thank you. And are you going to... I think I salvaged these at some point. Yep, I do. I really need to... Oh, one thing like I like about this game is the fact that you could essentially like manufacture stuff as you go. You just get the raw materials and you can fabricate your missiles and stuff like that. And it's like, I love that actually, because that would be a realistic part of, or a believable part of like future warfare. Is like, you would likely have fabricators like even on smallish craft able to like essentially like synthesize whatever you need like out in the vastness of space, because you would need that. Space is a little bit like the ocean, in which if you don't know how to live off like whatever is around, you are probably going to die. That didn't make a hell of a lot of sense, but like, yeah, you need to be able to track down comets for water. You need to like head out to asteroid fields and like gather the minerals necessary. You need to be able to detect those things. I'm excited, man. So here's the thing. I am a big wuss. I don't even like going on boats because I get seasick. But, man, that drone disassembler is so helpful. But I am so keen for humanity to do cool things in space. Because, yeah, we kind of got it. Like, the Earth is a little bit small, you know. Well, it's big, but the way we're mismanaging it at the moment, not to go all, like, I don't know, eco-activist on people who clicked on a video game thing, but man, like, we really gotta get out there for our future survival, because it's not even like an environmental thing. It's not, even if we get our act together, in the long run, and I'm talking like hundreds of thousands or millions of years, like, Earth is not invulnerable, or at least the biosphere isn't. It's just, I don't know, you get a rogue planet that's just drifting through space, like, you know, just rolling through, just knocking Earth out of orbit, out of the Goldilocks zone. You get one big solar flare that basically peels the magnetic, basically, like, damages the magnetic field of the Earth to the point that we all get, like, cancer immediately. That would suck. Or even just an asteroid like the one that caused the KT extinction event, the one that wiped out the dinosaurs. That could happen. And so yeah, we gotta get good at space stuff if we want to survive into the long term, like into the hundreds of thousands or millions of years, because we really have not been around that long time. It is crazy actually that in less than 100 years humanity went from like inventing a heavier than air flyer, so kudos to the Wright brothers, to landing on the friggin' moon. So, like, I know, like, current events is all, like, very depressing for the most part, because it feels like globally we are regressing to a more selfish, primitive state, almost. But, like, there's still room for optimism there, because, like, you know, we are clever, and eventually the things that work well long-term are, as tends to be the case with, like, our species, is the pro-social stuff. So looking out for each other, managing resources well, I personally believe that does win out in the end. Will it win out quickly enough? That remains to be seen. But I personally think that you know, there is hope for us. There's always hope. I reckon we'll get to space and, like, pick fights with aliens. Speaking of aliens, like, it is interesting in this game that they have aliens, because, like, you know, you don't actually need aliens for a space combat game, because other humans definitely are enough of an antagonist, really. Because there's all kinds of fun things with space, and, like, I got a disclaimer here, pretty much most things I know about space come from Kurzgesagt, so I know the simplified version of this stuff, and any physicists in the audience will probably correct me on a bunch of stuff. But anyways, things like the Fermi paradox is, like, we can see actually pretty well out of space, from what I understand. But the thing is, it's like, alright, so there are millions of planets, which are like Earth. They are roughly the right size, they have, like, a nice solar radiation deflecting magnetic field, they are at the right distance for liquid water, or perhaps, like, other substances like ammonia to be a thing. To exist on them. So, you know, the conditions for life could be, like, I think signs are pointing that it's actually pretty common. So, where are all the aliens? Because I think there was that one news thing not long ago that basically was saying, like, yeah, they actually found a planet that is reflecting wavelengths that are associated with life. So, like, it's like obvious stuff, like, alright, so, like, you know, if the planet is green, that means there's a lot of, like, green stuff in just pure mineral form isn't really much of a thing, and not with gases either. So that's usually a sign that there is photosynthetic life, or just something equivalent to it, because, like, that's a fun sciencey thing, not to go all nerdy and science on you in the space combat game, but, chlorophyll, the stuff that gives, like, plants its green pigment, that's not the only, like, photosynthesizing, catalyst, so to speak. I forget what there's chlorophyll, yeah, I forget, and I have I would Google this, but I don't Google, stuff live on, well, this isn't live. I don't Google stuff while doing these, post-commentary things, because that slows things down too much. But, like, there's other stuff, so there's, like, red algae and stuff like that, and they use a slightly different chemical. And the reason, as it turns out, I always wondered about that, because, like, like, in the speculative evolution, the nerds who think about that kind of thing, there is, like, black pigment, black photosynthesizing pigment would actually, work very well on a planet that gives off dim light. So something like, like a planet that receives only very dim light. So, something around a red dwarf, for instance. A red dwarf star which gives off red light, and not a lot of it. They're kind of dim, which is why they last so long. They burn through their stores of hydrogen, like, very, very slowly. They last for a very long time. But the thing is, that's not much light, and so any autotrophic life, photosynthetic life, I should say, to be more specific, would have to need very dark pigments in order to absorb as much light as possible. So that's where you would get, like, the equivalent of plants, which are black. But the reason that's not a thing on Earth, as it turns out, is because green light lets enough, green pigments, that chlorophyll, lets stuff through the layers of tissue. Because remember, plants are three-dimensional objects, and, like, yeah, leaves are, like, rather flat and all that kind of stuff. But it's multiple layers of, like, cells, which all of them need light in order to produce energy. So light kind of needs to pass through the leaf or the stem or whatever the plant is using to photosynthesize. So that's why green pigment is dominant on Earth, because there's enough light that it's more efficient to let light shine through the plant tissues. Trader time. I'm disappointed by the trader in this game, because you can't really buy much stuff. You trade some stuff, but not others. None of this is what I needed. Oh boy. But anyway, like, I don't know. You probably guessed I like nerding out about space stuff and, like, alien planets and stuff like that. Man, also, but like a random topic to go on to. I was not expecting to nerd out about science in the space combat game commentary, but here you are. Like, you're seeing the game, right? It's pretty straightforward. You fly around, you shoot stuff, you try not to get shot yourself, you get disappointed by the trader, you get betrayed by the trader. But yes, like, it'd be so curious. Like, I would never want to be immortal or anything like that, but part of me is a little sad that I will not get to see what the future holds. Like, how old am I? I'm like in my early, almost heading to mid-30s, so I've got, according to maybe another 50, maybe 60 years left if I'm unlucky, because end of life is kind of, it's kind of rough, unless they do cool things and make me a cyborg body or something. That'd be fun. But maybe, alright, let's assume 50, let's say 50 years from now would be the 2070s, 2075, assume that's when I'm gonna die. What will be happening by then? And what will be happening the year after I snuff it? That would be so cool to witness. Hopefully we're doing okay by then. Hopefully we've sorted out the problems that we're facing in this day and age right now. Like, I don't even need to list them. Like, you can probably imagine. By the way, like, you watching this out there, like, I don't know you, I've never met you, never going to, but I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're surviving at the very least, thriving if possible, and I hope that both of us will one day get to see, not space combat, because that implies space war. I don't know. I hope we get to see a space taxi. Or maybe a space train. Why are there no space trains? Also, heavy missiles are my favorite thing. Don't fly behind the asteroid. Yay! Brrr. Hooray! I really want to have another go at this because, I think the little nippy fella, what's it called? This is the Interceptor, the Scout, I think I want to play with, because the Scout is like a fast little sneaky fella, and I like being a little guy. I like to roleplay as the little guy, unless I'm playing Skyrim. And then I roleplay as... Actually, no, I still like to roleplay as the little guy. Oh, God. Everything's terrible. Something's shooting at me. Oh, boy. Oh. Hello.
This big boy looks dangerous.
Yep.
An Oka Corvette. It is indeed most very likely to be hazardous to your general well-being.
I love the robot voice in this. So, AI. Oh, there's the GMB fighters. Glad I used that. But anyway, so it's like AI is a crapshoot, but I like AI characters in like media because I think that they're interesting. They're interesting. What is the measure of a person? That always comes to mind, really. In the case of real life learning algorithms, because that's what they are. They're not artificial intelligences because they're not intelligent. They don't actually think, and they're not self-aware because that's just not how they work. It just isn't how they work. Also, me dancing around like this is very nice. Whoopsie daisy. Whoop, take cover. You thought this was a space combat simulator. Joke's on you, it's Gears of War in space. Hide behind the chest-high wall. You'd think that thing would have missile defense, honestly. I guess not. Zzz, laser. I love the beam laser. It is so good. I love it. And have some missiles. Have some missiles, you big meanie. Whee! I was very proud of myself. I think this is the first time in this game I've ever managed to take on one of the big boys. One of the big ships. Whee! That was so good. That is such a pretty explosion. Okay, I can see kind of the fuzziness around the edges. It is amazing, actually. Like, here's the thing. Some old games still have aged amazingly well. Like, if you're watching this, like, you've probably noticed... Well, maybe you haven't, but I'll shout it out now. The Sacred 2 Fallen Angel playthrough I'm currently doing on the channel. I think that game looks bloody good, considering it's, like, getting close to 20 years old now. I'm biased, by the way. My nostalgia goggles are firmly glued on my face when playing that game, but I think it looks very good. It's just, not in terms of realism. Goodness knows it's not realistic, it's not supposed to be, but in terms of, like, you look at that and you think, oh, that's pretty. Especially the starting area. Very green. Very, very gorgeous. Oh boy. The police are coming! Run! Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. So, you'll notice that I can't actually, jump. I think, yeah, so I'm out of fuel, so I can't do that. So, yeah, that's a problem. But, what was I saying? Alright, so, and, Crisis is actually the game I was going to mention. We run the hell away. Woo! Not enough fuel. Wee! Alright, so things like Crisis, because goodness knows those things are that game I think is still used as a benchmark, so it's like amazing just how technology is always older than you think. Well, like certain technology anyway, so it's like people have been like doing amazing things, you know. So Crisis is absolutely ridiculous, uses the CryEngine, because, you know, it's sad. Oh, there's my shield breaker missile. Oh, we're both firing shield breaker missiles at each other. Ain't that nice? You stop shooting me at right this moment, sir. Yay! I like how that fighter gets sudden momentum. It's just, it starts spinning all crazy like. Really nice. Who needs Star Wars when you have Everspace? But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, it's just like, on a similar note, I think this game looks bloody gorgeous. And it runs really well as well, because it was made for, like, computers back in 2017. Admittedly, possibly quite high-end stuff. I really need to play more video games that use the Unreal Engine. I just kind of don't for some reason, not for any... Like, yeah, not for any particular, like, bias against it or anything, I just kind of don't. I think it's because they actually might cost money. A fair amount of money, too. Alright, so by the way, yeah, primary, in some... Oh yeah, in the jump that we did, primary weapons got damaged. So that's an issue. That is an issue. A size 12 issue. And that we're gonna stomp on. Also, I see the credits in that little lightning cloud, whatever that is. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Is that a real space thing? Space lightning storm? Also, fun fact about asteroid fields. You know, again, if you've clicked on this, I'm assuming you know something about, like, space and how space in fiction is very much not like real space. However, that whole... You remember that scene in... whatchamacallit? That one Star Wars movie. I think The Empire Strikes Back or something. Where they're, like, in the asteroid field and they're having to, like, duck and weave between asteroids. And, like, you know, the bad guys are after them and they're struggling to get through the asteroid field and stuff like that. Yeah, that's not how asteroid fields actually work. There's, like... hundreds, if not thousands, of kilometers of space between each individual asteroid. Like, they are hanging out close together, like by the standards of outer space, which is still absolutely silly distances. And like, if you accidentally bump, if you are in your spaceship, you are driving along, and you run into an asteroid, you deserved it, because you absolutely can see it coming, you have plenty of time, plenty of warning, and you have no excuses, shame on you. And yeah, so we have no fuel, and we're just fumbling around here, and yes, nanobots, that's what we need. Can we repair our primary weapons? We cannot, because we need crystals! Crystals, crystals, hunting for the crystals. Where can we find crystal meth? I mean, just crystal, not the meth version. And at this point, I'm like, screw it. So this is one of the fun things about roguelikes. It's like, if you know you're gonna lose, you know you're on your last leg, sometimes you just go for it. It's like, alright, take me on. Why are you so badly damaged? I was like, yay! Oh. And that turns out to be the easiest fight I've ever done. And that's really cool. I think also, back when I first played this, I was having real trouble navigating the 3D space. Because, space. The 3D Everspace, if you will. Because I was just like, oh no, I'm losing track of where everything is. It's okay. It's okay. Space is like that, because up and down are like figments of your imagination. And cut out some footage here. I'm trying to remember what I cut out, but it doesn't matter. If I cut it out, it was boring. Them's the rules. And, oh, big rock. Oh, big rock. It's also interesting, like, in space, the rocks are different. The rocks are very, very different, because they're on Earth, like, stone and minerals and stuff like that tends to get smoothed out over time. Because of weathering, because of wind and rain and stuff, and in space, it's not like that. They're sharp. They are sharp, sharp, sharp. Which is one of the reasons that, like, colonizing Mars is going to be, like, really damn difficult, is because, it's so dry there that the dust is, like, statically charged. Oh yeah, that's a crystal. And that's a problem. That is what we in the business call a big problem. And it's also razor sharp, so it's gonna really do a number on, like, everything. It's gonna, like, give bazillions of cuts on equipment or something like that. There's a problem with Martian dust. Basically, Mars is horrible and we don't actually want to live there. And Venus is arguably nicer, provided we manage to stop it overheating all the time. I remember the scattergun sucking balls back when I first tried this, so I might be wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. Those of you who've played Everspace a lot, goodness knows you've had, what was it, like 10 years to do it? Was this game made in 2017? I think it was. And if I'm mistaken, also I think Everspace 2 is in development. Or it's finished and I'm beating a dead horse. I really just went into my Steam library, found a game I hadn't done in a while, and then just went for it, didn't I? I did no prior research. I truly am a citizen on the internet. It's just like, what? Checking my facts? What are you talking about? And at this point, I'm like, screw it. Let's pick a fight. Let's see how well we do. Spoiler alert, not well. The Okar, what was that word remind me? My plan was to hide in the asteroid fields and, like, try and deal with stuff. That absolutely not what ends up happening. That, yep. There's a lot of that. Yep, lots of Okar. Okar Interceptor. And do I manage to kill anything? Really, what I should be doing is just focusing down one thing at a time. Turns out that's very difficult when they're all shooting at you all at once. Because if you don't focus them down, what happens is, they all gang up on you. Whee! Whee! Hooray for Space Fight Simulator! Problem is, this little circling trick I'm doing does not work so well. Does not work so well when there's like a bazillion dudes all at you. Oh, there's the Corvette. Don't let that shoot you. Oh my god, there's so many things. And for whatever reason, the drone assembler I cannot use. I don't know why that thing just is sometimes not useful, but sometimes it isn't. Also, like, I seem to recall, like, I think a turret would be really handy right now. It would be really handy right about now. It would be really good. And dead. And notice...
If you say so.
Notice the characters keep talking after I've died, so that's impressive. So yeah, that was about an hour of, pretty good. We got a whole bunch of credits. And yeah, so new enhancements, new blueprints, Gatling turret, and like, yeah, new ship colors, everything. So yeah, roguelike. And we get permanent upgrades, which makes this easier, which means I have to come back and play this again. Oh no. Gonna have fun with a game I never experienced to its full potential back when I first played it. Interceptor, we got the Scout, and I want to unlock the Scout, and I will do that. And there's the Colonial Gunship. Alright then. Whee! So what do you want to do, sir? You want to unlock the scout. For giggles. Shock rifle beam as a cloak. Hell yeah. And lots of perks. So I believe you gotta get right to the end to get the thing. What the thing? I think the thing is just, I don't know. So, I've advanced the jump drive, so it uses less fuel. And that's all I can do, apparently. I think there might be hard limits on how much you can do, actually. And what is that? Sector map? Nar. What are you doing, past border? What are you doing? Sector scanner, just keep advance that. And upgrade that, and more credits, because that'll help. I think, yeah, what do you want to do? You want to be stealth black, right? Hell yeah! Oh, look at that. Oh, the Imperial March. Oh, it's gonna be good. There's codex and stuff like that. Can't afford to unlock the gunship yet. Yeah, wow, I want to have another go at this. Just watching this footage is like, this game's so pretty and it's so fun. Can't believe I didn't enjoy it more back when I first played it. What was I doing in 2017? I think I was not a happy chappy back in 2017. I was figuring things out. I still am, honestly, but like, yeah, like, I don't know. That's all life is. You keep figuring things out, and things get better, and you keep figuring things out some more, and things hopefully get more better as you go. So yeah, on that merry note, that's the video. Everspace, good game. If you've never tried it, like, if you like flying around in space, having space adventures, I can recommend. It's quite fun. And if you have played it a lot, let me know what you think about it. Also, tell me all the things I didn't know or missed out, like if there's a sequel coming or something like that, or if there is a sequel already. Because, yeah, I have missed the boat on that one. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And I will see you next time in whatever game I do commentary on next. Farewell!